Hi everyone, it's Sarah and I have a book review to do today. I actually have two of them. I got sent two different books from the same publisher in exchange for my honest review, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about those because they're both coming out this month, so let's get started. The first book that I was sent for review is called The Prince's Runaway Lover, and this is written by Robin Covington. This was sent to me by Entangled Publishing. So this is an adult romance, and there is adult language and there are adult sexual situations in it, so if either one of those offend you, I would not read this book. But I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the storyline. This book follows a prince, and his name is Nick, and he becomes kind of next in line to take over as king of his country, and he does it reluctantly. It kind of wasn't his turn yet, but things happen in his family that kind of put him in that situation. So he's kind of like a bad boy, wants to do his own thing, doesn't listen to authority very well, and now all of a sudden he's kind of thrown into this role where he's got to take over his kingdom for his family, and he's kind of dealing with all these people who've been in charge for so long who have all sorts of opinions that differ from his, so he's kind of clashing heads with them. And one thing that they are trying to get him to do is to look for a queen, because according to them, a single king is a problem. So they feel that if he's married and he marries the right person, that it's going to make him have more of a favorable impression, I guess you could say. So he's fighting that. He's like, I don't want to marry anyone. I'm not looking for anything like that. He's kind of a playboy. He kind of, just does what he wants with women until he meets Isabel. So Isabel is a worker at the palace, and she works in the gardens, kind of like a landscape type thing. He meets her, and yeah, all that changes. So they spend most of the book, kind of developing their relationship. They're both kind of trying to fight it because Isabel has secrets of her own. She has a very difficult past that could hurt him in his role as a king. So her secrets can hurt him. He doesn't know her secrets. She's not saying anything. He's not really asking he's asking some questions, but he's not pushing her. So they kind of go into this relationship saying, okay, this will just be a temporary thing, but of course that's not the case at all. So I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was good. It's fairly short. I have it on I have an ebook edition, but it is also available in paperback, and it's about 170 pages, so it's not very long. So you can get through it pretty quickly. But I really enjoyed it. I never found myself, some of the political stuff was kind of like, okay, I kind of pushed through that kind of thing, but it didn't last very long, so I never really found myself getting really bored. But yes, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I gave it 4 stars. I felt a little bit like their love, once they kind of admitted it, was so intense. It was almost too intense. I don't know. Like, I understand being in love. I've been in love. I am in love right now. But I don't know. So it was a little bit too intense, and it was too intense for me a little. At times I was kind of like, okay, calm down. You're not gonna kill over and die. So I don't know. But I mean, that does make for a good love story, I guess. So but if that's my only complaint, that's really not a complaint, is it? All right. Okay, so I really did enjoy it, so thank you very much, Entangled Publishing, for sending that to me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did give it 4 stars, and this book is available on July 14th. So if you're interested in it, I would head on over to Amazon and pick it up. I'll leave a link in the description so you can pick it up. It is available in paperback and Kindle edition. All right, so that is it for that one. The second book that Entangled Publishing sent to me is called Baby's Got Bite, and that is a book by Candace Havens. So this one is actually a sequel. I didn't realize that when I got it, but it didn't read like a sequel to me. Like, I read the entire thing, and I didn't feel like I was missing part of the story, if that makes any sense. So maybe I haven't read the first one. I don't know what the first one's about. I don't know if maybe the first one follows different characters or something like that. Maybe this is a spin-off of some characters, but I didn't feel like I needed to read the first book in order to enjoy this one. I really, really enjoyed this one. I actually finished it last night. I read half the book last night. And so I spent the first 2 days going through the first half, and then the second half I was just like, got in bed last night and I read the rest of the entire thing. I really enjoyed it. This one has some paranormal aspects of it. The characters, there's a werewolf, there's a vampire, there's fairies, there's other things that are mentioned, but they're not main characters. So I really like that aspect of it, and it wasn't overdone. Sometimes paranormal things, when they're mixed in with like romance and stuff, can kind of be overkill, but this was not at all. It was done very nicely and very tastefully. So this is another adult romance, so there's a lot of adult language and a couple of adult sexual situations, but yeah, I really liked it. So we start off in the book at a wedding, and the maid of honor and the best man have a night together. It was mutually understood it was going to be one night and that was it, and that was the plan until she got pregnant. So, and as it turns out, he's a werewolf, and she does not know that any of that kind of stuff exists. So she tells him, hey, I'm having your baby, and he's like, holy crap, you need to know this. And it turns out that werewolves cannot get humans pregnant. Like, it's impossible. So that kind of gives them the hint that, hey, you're not completely human either. And she had no clue. So we go into what she actually is, and she's kind of dealing with that. Not only is she pregnant and having a baby, like, very quickly, because it's paranormal stuff. So she has a baby, I think, within 6 weeks of getting pregnant. And then she finds out that she's not human, so she's trying to figure that out because she has no parents. And so they're kind of dealing with all that, plus, hey, they're falling in love. So, and neither of them really want to be in love, but they can't help it. So it was very, very interesting. The only thing that kind of I found myself getting frustrated with was that Bennett was a little, she was very stubborn, and I understand it because she never really had a solid man figure in her life, and anyone she ever dated, she pushed away very quickly when they got too attached to her. So I guess I kind of understand that, but she was just like, no man's taking care of me, I can make my own decisions, I'm an independent woman, and blah, blah, blah. And then she's falling in love with this werewolf who's very alpha male, I'm going to protect you no matter what. And so they kind of clash as far as that goes. But there were times where I was just like, shut up and let him take care of you. Like, seriously, just shut up and let him do it. Shut up. So yeah, I don't know. That's the only thing that really bothered me. I thought she was a little bit too stubborn for her own good. But overall, I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. And I think if you like paranormal and you like romance, this will be a nice, quick, easy, enjoyable read for you. And this is going to be available on July 28th. I'll include the Amazon link down below if you guys want to go check it out. You can pre-order it. And I believe it's going to be available in paperback and Kindle edition as well. My version is the Kindle edition, but I really, really did enjoy it. So if that's the kind of thing you're into, I would definitely recommend this. All right, that's it for me. So once again, Entangled Publishing, thank you so much for sending me those books. I really did enjoy them. They were delightful. And yes, that's it. So I will see you guys again real soon. Please let me know if you have any questions about either of these titles, and I'll be happy to try to answer them as best I can. All right, have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.